live and we are rocking with the man, the myth, the legend, Sekou Pyle in the house, baby. What's going on, brother?
What's going on? First of all, that's a cool ass intro, man. You got electricity going. I'm ready to go, baby. Let's go.
Oh man, dude, thank you so much for taking the time to hop on the show today. And I'm excited for what you're going to bring here to the local community, and just because of your extensive background. But let's let everybody know, man, who is Sekou Pyle? What's going on?
I am just a Harlem dude that grew up hustling and found out that the best thing that he could ever do is to contribute to the world through sales. Right, man. I got the real estate bug in me nice and early. And for the last 25 years, this is all I've been doing, man. It's just selling houses and helping people into their new homes and out of their old homes and helping them to move. I've dedicated the last maybe 10, 15 years to helping other agents just get better at doing this damn thing, getting them out of their own way, putting money in their pocket and changing the community, man. That's it in a bug, right? I run a group called C2C, Commitment to Capping, and all we do is Can I speak like an adult on your show, man?
Always.
All we do is capping shit inside of this, man. And so
yeah.
I'm getting in trouble. I'm getting in trouble from my C2C crew because they're like, we say capping ish, Sekou. We say capping ish.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. And I feel like for this particular question and the basis of this show, you're going to light up, right? Because we both know if we can get them past that 6-figure mark, they're going to soar, right? We give them the tools to get past 6 figures. Then all of a sudden we can figure out whatever they want to do in their life, right?
That's it.
If you had to start over today, what would Sekou do to get from 0 to 100,000 real estate real fast?
So you guys your people out there are either going to really love this or really hate this, right? And so I treat real estate like I own a bakery. Right, my real estate business is my bakery, and if I opened a bakery tomorrow, if you opened a bakery tomorrow, who would you invite? Your friends and your family, your past customers, your past co-workers, and they'd come in and they would taste your stuff and spread the word around. So if I had to start all over again, I treat my business like the bakery and invite my friends and family to the inner circle to use my business. I would not spend a single dime on frivolous BS. I would go into my phone, go into my Facebook list. We didn't have Facebook back then, but right? So I'd go into my contact list and I would get as many no's as possible, finding that one or two people that needs to move, that needs a property, that needs an investment. I guarantee you, if I did that, I would have done 5 transactions within the first 3 months. And in my market, it doesn't take much to 5 transactions is about 50 grand in commissions on average. So
the one thing I want to break through a little bit there is, and I've heard this and I know you have, right? Sekou, man, I'm a brand new agent. I'm working at Walmart. Right? Like I'm picking up shifts. I just, I feel weird that you're how am I supposed to reach out to these people?
And so my thing for all professional salespeople, not just real estate agents, but my thing for all professional salespeople is the first cut is the deepest, right? And so if you know nothing, if you knew absolutely nothing, who do you want to test your theory on? The person that knows you, loves you, and trusts you, or the person that never met you from Adam that's going to spread your quote unquote incompetence all over the world? So that's first. The second thing is that you've gone through 70 hours, 40 hours, 60 hours of real estate training, so that you learn the law, the statutes and the law of things like that. So you can't really go wrong because you've got all the books in front of you. You've got all of the information. Third thing is that you belong to a brokerage that, I don't care what it is, mom and pop, EXP, say 21, you belong to a brokerage where you should be able to stand next to someone that has the experience to be able to pull you through. And then last but not least, and this is, I think, the most important, I preface all of this by saying, I believe the most powerful salespeople in the world are know-nothing salespeople. Ones that ask questions, ones that customize the experience. So, James, if you were my friend and I put it out there, I'm brand new, and I put it out there, hey, James, listen, man, I'm going to be helping a bunch of strangers with this real estate crap. It's insane if I don't at least offer you the inside circle. Let's learn this together. What can I do to help you? I'm telling you now, that's an exact quote of text that I send out still to this day, 25 years in the business, still to this day. At least 20 people a day get a quote, a message from me that says, hey, James, I'm going to be helping strangers this year. It's insane if I don't offer you the same service. How am I going to help you make a great real estate decision this year?
Fire.
I challenge any agent that's like, oh, I'm new. I challenge them to even get that response from any of their people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I challenge them to get one of their people to be like, oh, you're too new to help me. If they do that, I'll send them $100.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, Jason, I just want to peek out and say hi. You know, Jason's out there. I'm going to put him up there. He's showing you lots of love. Yeah.
What up, Jason? Woo!
So I think that your background and your techniques, and especially your coaching, is so unique. So like, what are the things that you would drop on them past that, right? So like, basically the first thing is get in your phone. You just gave them the script, right? And here, I'm going to type it right here, guys. It was 5 minutes and 45 seconds.
There you go.
45 seconds in the video for sphere
of influence. That's right.
Call.
I tell you what, man, the single principle that my coaching revolves around is action and results, right? Like so the biggest concept that we work with is stop trying to be perfect, go out there and just go process, right? We have a saying that me and my good friend Dave Finale put together. It's like, make a mess, clean up to progress. Right. And I mean, there's like, I get tingles still. Like whenever I say that, you're a little kid and you got a box of Legos. Do you reach into the box of Legos one Lego at a time and hope that you find the right Lego to build it? No, you dump the whole damn thing out. You spread it out, you make a mess. And then as you're building, it's literally cleaning itself up.
Yep.
Right. And then whatever's left over, you put it back in the box. But what is baffling to me is how perfect we think we have to be before we even met the customer, the client, the prospect, before we've seen the house. Like, we're supposed to have all these answers. Go out there, make a mess, clean up to progress. You may find that you know more than you know. You know what I mean? And if you're a know-nothing agent, I mean, James, I'm an older dude, right? So I remember Columbo, right? There's that Detective Columbo, and he would be like, I don't know, but I got one question for you, and he would catch all the criminals just asking one more question. You know what's bugging me? If this happened, then why did this happen? And they're like, oh, I need you to be a know-nothing agent, because then you're going to ask more questions instead of making more statements. And if you're doing that, man, you're in the right place with the right client or customer at the right time. You know what I mean? And you may find that the person you're working with is not that motivated. You may find that the person you're working with is not qualified. Yep. The thing is that we're afraid of the 90% that is not going to be working with us, is not going to be able to use us. But we focus all our energy on that, and we miss the 10% that we should be talking to. There's another great coach that I work with, Nick Krem, who says he looks for the people. He only works with the people that are swimming towards his boat, right? And so what we've done at Commitment to Capping is we like to do a lot of analogies, right? And so if you put me in the boat and everybody else is in the water, right? If all I did was go after the 90% that's swimming away, the 10% that we're swimming towards gets neglected and drowns.
Yeah.
But if I point my boat at the 10%, together we can go after the 90%. You know what I mean? It just becomes that much more powerful. So for sale by owners, expireds, withdrawals, I say that they're looking for the boat. They're swimming towards the boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
The people that are not, let them go, man.
That's a heck of a filter right there. And I think so, like, there's a couple things, like fear of loss came to my mind, right? Like early on, like I got to get everything, right? And then like how can a new agent create that filter?
Oh man, you guys are gonna kick me in my ass because it's so super simple. You guys are gonna be like, nah, that can't work. Hey, listen, if you own the bakery, going back to the bakery, yes, I'm a fat dude. I will go back to the bakery, right? So if we go back to the bakery and you had the best cronuts, Chris sandwiches, whatever the hell you sell in the world, and there's a line out the door, you cannot service the whole line at the same time. And so a lot of us, that fear of loss, we focus on the whole line and not the person in front of us. And so if we just imagine that we own that bakery, there's 1, 2, 3 people in line right there at the front. If every day, every moment of your business is focused on just moving that person, the first 3 people out and get them what they need and on to the next part of the process and out your door.
Yep.
Your line is going to move. Don't focus on the whole line. Just focus on the first 3, the top 3, so to speak. Now, it gets a little bit more complicated when you're trying to figure out who your top 3 are.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they don't mind, I'm going to tell them that I have a simple system of questions that determine the top 3, right? And so, first of all, who's the most motivated? Who's ready to go now? Right. And so you got to ask them questions. I'm a know-nothing agent. I got to ask them questions. Right. And so there's the guy that's like, when something comes along, I'll buy it. And then there's the person that's like, I'm selling my house. I got to move by the end of the month. Right. And so they, right. The second question is, what do they need? Not what they want, not what they're asking for. Boil down to what they need. So based on what they're looking for, is one thing, but then they need a VA loan. They need a place that has a ramp. Like you need to boil it down to the brass tacks, to the non-negotiables. What do they need? They need to be close to a school. They need to have this. They need to have that, right? And then the last question. So by the way, if you figure out what they need, you've got your shopping list. And you could start really shopping the product. You can go out looking for the product both on and off market. We'll get into that another day, right? Yep. And then the last question, and this is pivotal, and this is probably the question that most agents, even experienced agents, won't ask. How do I help them write a contract today? Now, if you can answer all 3 of those questions daily, you'll do a deal a day. Even a brand new agent. You'll put a contract together a day. You will at least attempt to put a contract together a day. Who are my top 3, right? Determined by your minimum standards. What do they need? Here's your shopping list. And how do I help them write a contract today? If you ask that question of yourself as a business person, you'll be constantly in business. You'll be moving your line along.
That's fire right there. Like
that is the filter. Super simple.
That's the filter, right? As they're going through it, like those 3 questions are the things to go through. And then, so I know you have this, right? So agent comes to you and they're in that desperation mode still. Right? Like what are some of the coaching techniques that you use to get them out of that desperation mode to realize that's actually the preventive, like it's actually preventing their success in a lot of cases? So
I had a revelation. I'll preface this by saying I had a revelation last year, right? So I did the relaunch live in Milwaukee last year with the Sotos and Veronica Figueroa and the Moraleses. And that week we did it. That weekend we did it was Game 6 of the playoffs between the Bucks and the Nets. And I remember Veronica asked me, she was asking everybody, do you guys want to go to the game? And my desperation, my lack, the old school survival Sekou was kicking in. Like, there's no way we're going to get tickets. They're going to be super expensive. How are we going to get tickets together? Like, all of those doubtful questions came to mind. And it helped me tremendously to be in a room full of people who think bigger than that, who think past the fear of doubt and lack. And so what happened was we actually got 10 seats right next to each other. They were not that expensive. They were like super great seats. And we had a great time. And it was me allowing myself to think about winning.
Yeah.
And not just risking. So I say this, the way I get agents out of their own way is a mindset exercise. And that mindset exercise is not that complicated. I'm a simple dude. That mindset exercise is just, what happens when you win? Right? And so what does that mean? Well, one of the things on my dream board for years was I want to go to a foreign casino and I want to bet $10,000 and not worry about losing. Right? And not care about losing. And for years, I'm talking a decade, I never once thought about what happens when I win.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's a chance you could win, right?
Yeah.
And so what happens with agents, what happens with salespeople is that they always calculate the loss, they always calculate the risk, but they never calculate the win. Yeah. And so in order to get them past that survival mode, we spend a lot of time and energy on what happens when I win. And then the accountability of the results of your action really becomes clear. If you get 5 people pre-qualified for 100,000 each, let's just use round numbers because my math's not so good, right?
Yep.
If you get 5 people qualified for 100,000 each, that's 500,000 in volume that you've gotten today in motion. Yep. Now, will all of those turn into deals? I don't know. But instead of looking at it like, oh, I haven't done anything, I don't have anything under contract, look at what you've done. Look at the momentum you've created.
Yeah.
That match it with your vision of what happens when I win. And then it becomes really, really feasible and possible and probable that you will hit your goals. You know what I mean? And so that's how we get past it, bro. Dude. And it's wonderful when it happens too, because it's like that. It's like your beginning, that electricity. Man, it starts being infectious and it starts touching other people, man. Bang.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Hey, brother. So I want to shift, and I've asked, all of our partners on this question. All right. It's a big question. What was your biggest problem before you came to EXP? And what did EXP do to solve it for you?
So I'm gonna answer this question. Some people are not gonna like the way it sounds.
That's all right.
This question, man. I made a huge mistake when I came to EXP. Right? I thought it was just gonna be a better version of the last company I was with, KW. And what I learned, man, is that I had no concept of how good it was over here. Like, I thought it was just gonna be the same, like more of the same, better the same. It's completely different. And so the biggest problem I had before in any agency that I was with was we had to use the Frankenstein monster to put stuff together from different places in order to make, like, we were like forcing business to happen.
Yeah.
And so when I came over, the mistake that I made was I kept doing more of the same crap, right? Like, I kept doing the same thing. And you can't have this much innovation. You can't have this much opportunity. You can't have this much room and do the same thing as before and expect better results, right? That's that insanity, right? And so I just pushed the easy button now, man. Like I was telling you earlier, we were talking to my group. We generated $200 million plus opportunities in 3 days, just using the tools that are available in front of us. I literally just sent out squeeze pages, and 6 multi-million-dollar clients were born out of it.
Wow.
In 3 days.
In 3 days.
Other people would have spent, thousands of dollars on Zillow Flex and this and that and the other, blah, blah, da, 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 da. We did it using KV Core. and we keep doing it over and over again. It's a repeatable process. It is something that is sort of baked into the system. And for me, system equals people, right? And so the fact that I get to stand next to people, both folks that are doing much better than me and folks that I can help to do better for, and just the collaboration moves that needle forward, man. And if I had to give any advice to anybody out there in any model, any company, I would ask, what am I getting for my dollar? Right? The split with the company, the fees, the this, the that, the other thing, they may be worth it. I don't know. But I would definitely find out if they really were worth it. I would be like, hey, what's the plan for me growing next year? Right? How are you going to give me that extra 50 grand that they earned at that other company just from a better split? How are we going to earn that extra 50 grand? What's the plan?
Yeah.
What are the tools available? And if they hand you a book, walk out. Did I say that out loud?
You immediately put Scientology into my brain just now. I'm walking into Scientologists, they're giving me a book.
Yeah, if they give you a book, walk out. If they tell you, here, read this, walk out.
I love it, man. I love it.
Because whatever book they give you is not going to cost 15 grand, 30 grand, 45 grand. That's a $12 book. I'll give you a book too, right? Within the first 30 days of hanging out with us, we'll put a deal. We will have you putting a deal under contract.
Here's some of the books you really need.
Yes! Wait.
My man's got it?
Wait. No, I got this other one here.
Oh,
right?
He's got traction.
Listen, because I deal with this business as a business, my mind is like, boom, exploding.
Your man came out with a new one.
Woo,
Ryan Brothers.
Yes. So Carruthers has been killing me, man. I've been pushing my brain through that filter.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing how many opportunities I missed before. I'm going back and still transforming them, man. It's just been awesome for me, man.
We're all growing all the time, right? Like that's one of the things I love is that in our culture, we already know we can be real and vulnerable with each other, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're gonna call me on my shit, I need it, right?
Yes.
I'm allowing of it because I know that that's what's going to help me to grow. And the other side of it's real fun where we're just thinking about how do we, man, are you limited in what you're trying to dream of right now? Are we able to make that bigger? Is that really what you want? Or are you asking yourself the right questions? Man, there's dude, it's fire in this group.
Dude. All right. So I've got a coach, and my coach says to me one day, he asked me to journal this question. It changed the way I looked at my business. So my coach is introduced to me through this model, right?
Yep.
And so my coach says to me, who are you that you keep attracting this type of client or customer? And I'm like, whoa, like, first of all, I never even thought about that shit like that before, right? And then it just it was like, you ever see those movies where like the DNA explodes and it becomes like, it was like, boom, it was like all of this shit started coming to me, man. And like, as a result, I have passed that on to my team, right? To my team, to my clients, to my customers, and to the buyers and sellers. I can ask that question too. So I get a for sale by owner and I'm like, I'd love to sit down and meet with you. And they're like, nah, I'm getting a lot of offers. I'm like, okay. And so which ones are you accepting? Well, and not really well, you have to ask yourself, just as a professional, who are you that you keep attracting offers that are not what you're looking for? They're like, that's the kind of people I'm standing next to.
Yeah.
Right. It's mind altering. It's like taking psychedelic drugs, just business wise, man.
Dude, and the best word for, like, I don't even know if this is a word, but we're surrounded by manifestors.
Yes. Well, shit, it's a word now.
It's like everyone around is like just projecting their reality and turning it into reality. Like their dreams turn into reality right in front of us all the time.
They're getting 10 seats, game 6 of a playoff, the day of the game.
That's right.
And they're doing it at will.
Yep.
Right. And so my coaching has changed since I've been here. Right. Since I've been at EXP, my coaching has changed. Before it was like, this person over here and this person over here. My coaching is more like, how can we come together to make the entire process greater? I say all the time, I've been repeating this since 2020. This is not a buyer's market or a seller's market. I know everybody's like, it's a seller's market. There's leverageable. I'm like, it's not a buyer's market or a seller's market. This is a broker's market. It's your ability to put a deal together that's going to make the whole world better.
Yeah.
And that's just, it might be my opinion, but I'm an old dude, so I get to, be crotchety and old.
Well, and you get to watch it, right? Like, I don't know. We don't have to talk about how many we each got in escrow, right? But you got a bunch of buyers in escrow. I got a bunch of buyers in escrow. And all I hear everybody saying is, oh, I can't get people under contract.
If you'll allow me,
yeah,
I'm going to give them $1 million worth of real estate coaching right now. It'll take me 3 minutes. You ready?
All right.
I don't go to the MLS first. You ready? I don't go to the MLS first. As a matter of fact, I might not go to the MLS at all. So I get a buyer. A buyer for me turns into at least 2 seller opportunities. Those 2 seller opportunities turn into at least another 2 buyer opportunities, which will turn into another 2 seller opportunities each, right? So I get a buyer. I drill down on what they're looking for by asking the 3 questions, right? Are they motivated? What do they need? How do I help them write a contract today? I don't go to the MLS first. I figure out what they need. I put a pin on the map, what they need, draw a circle around it, and call everybody that has what they need inside of that map. Door knock, call, communicate, et cetera, et cetera. I understand that most of the people are going to say no to me, but most is the key word, not all. It is a non-zero environment, right? Where I'm going to get a yes at some point. I'm going to get a not yet at some point. I work that not yet list and that yes list until somebody allows us to come in and put in an offer. Now watch this. I do that every day. You do that on a long enough timeline, the people that you talk to, you'll wind up speaking to multiple times. How many times do you usually have to talk to a seller? 5. I'm speaking to them multiple times. I find listings. I find more buyers, which helps me find more listings, which helps me find more buyers. Wash, rinse, repeat. I haven't paid Zillow in 7 years.
You just gave them the real game plan right there. Go in the back, figure it out, figure out how to get their information, whether you knock or you call, and go get it.
That's it. Yeah, you could leverage, you could pay for leverage services that look up the numbers and stuff like. Look, believe me, I am lazy as hell. I'm black, I'm rich, and I'm spoiled. So I will pay so that I can get that stuff, leverage for me. Time savers are a great thing for me. And if I didn't have it, if I didn't have the money, I'd still be black, rich, and spoiled. I would find a way to make it happen.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Sekou, you dropped a lot of fire on them today, just like promised. I love it. I love you. And what do you want to leave them off on? How do you want to leave them?
I tell you what, we get together every day and lead generate together. If they want any of your salespeople want any help lead generating, they can reach out to us. We could just you got my information, man. You could You can get it's my Calendly link or something like that. I'll make sure that we link it somewhere in the universe. Yeah, we'll put it on the post. We get together every day and lead generate. We get together every evening and we deconstruct our day. If you're an agent and you're trying stuff out and it's not working or it's working, you can get on with other agents like-minded. And if they want coaching, man, they could always get at me. Commitment to Capping is a powerhouse. If they want one-on-one coaching, we make you a ton of money.
I love it. I love it. And that's what coaching is all about.
That's it.
Awesome, brother. Well, again, I appreciate you being here. You contributing your time to the community. There's some stuff in here that can change people's lives. And after that, guys, just take action. You hear something in here you need to do, make it happen.
Can I make them a special offer?
Go ahead.
If they come through Apex Agents.
Yep.
If they come through Apex Agents, when we sit down and talk, if they decide to do one-on-one or the group coaching, I will guarantee their productive results within 6 months. Guarantee their productive results within 6 months, or I will keep coaching them for free until they do.
Hey, everyone needs a coach, y'all. Hey, if you're on this and you've made it, especially if you've made it to this part in the video right here, this is an opportunity for you. You got someone who's guaranteeing it.
Dude, I love you, man. Thank you for having me on, man. I'm going to wrap up with you, and then I'm going back to lead gen, baby.
Yeah, get back to the money. That's right. All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Man. Later, bro.